schools. You know how we see Camp Verde and Yavapai and all those schools around here in the Verde Valley? Wouldn't it be awesome if we also saw schools down in the like Phoenix area? We can try to do that. I know we see them at Gamage, but it would be great to see their full productions as well. Community service. This I would like to do as a collab with a bunch more clubs like Bring Change to Mind and Interact and Rainbow League. And let's see how we can help out, collab, and participate. We can do things like drives, fundraisers, sales, I don't know, whatever we can come up with, because it would be fun to do it with a club together or by ourselves. Troop bonding. Going off what we've already done this year, I want to do more mixers, I want to do more bonding parties, I want to do holiday movie nights, let's see, watch parties for musicals and plays, or watch parties for past ATORT shows. And we can do this by having a vote every ATORT meeting or like every 2 ATORT meetings, it doesn't matter. And then we pick from there. Yay! Things I want us to do that would benefit us. More merch. This is my favorite one. This year, I know I brought it up that I wanted to do more merch, and I want to try it again for next year. How about show-specific themed merch, like tote bags, pins, all the fun things. We should also bring back selling signed posters, because I really like that idea from Comedy
Good morning, Marauders. Sorry for the interruption.
Recruitment.
If you have not signed up for somewhere to
we already have the stuff on the TVs, which is great. I think that at the beginning of each semester, we should pass out little cards to classes that have maybe a QR code of the Instagram or the website, or just like a little page that has every event that we're doing for that semester. That way we could get more people involved. Also, doing like brown bag showcases at the end of the semesters at lunch so that people can see what we do, and maybe they'll feel more comfortable and come by and, you know, join us. Planning as soon as possible. This is something we did when I was social media head, where during leadership camp, we wrote down every single meeting that we were gonna do, and this is the example, and I really liked that, and I think we can bring this back, and it can be like different things like brown bags or Q&As or whatever, and we should definitely bring that back. What I believe makes me qualified, I've been on this officer team for 3 years, so I feel like I can be a helpful asset, and especially to newcomer officers, because I feel like I've gotten the hang of it by now. I have no commitments outside of ATORT. Sometimes I'm in GSA, but I'm just as a member, and it's not really like my full commitment, and I've dedicated ATORT fully to my time for the past 3 years. ATORT has also helped me grow as a person and really push myself out there and give myself confidence and boosted my leadership skills, and I feel like I can really take initiative now and listen to others. I'm going to make a digital and physical calendar for myself that will have every event that we focus on and ideas that I want to bring up in meetings or things that we should talk about in meetings, and just to keep myself more organized so I can help keep the club more organized. Next we have what others believe makes me qualified. These are some quotes. This is from Katie, this is from past President Sarah Lacker, and this is from past President Natalie Hughes. But to summarize, I have asked many people, and the general example that they've given me is that they believe that I am a very dedicated person, and my leadership and interaction with the community is what they value the most as my qualifying traits. I love these people for doing this for me, because it really makes me feel more confident in myself and what I'm doing for this president election. Thank you for listening. There's a lot more that I want to cover, but I feel like I'd be able to better explain that when we have more time for like questions and stuff like that. But that's all, and I hope that you'll consider me to be the next president of this troop. And now, special.
My name is Natalie Hughes, and I would like to extend my endorsement and support to Eden Everett for the 2025-2026 ATORT president. Hi, my name is Natalie Hughes.
ATORT president this year. Since middle school, I've been passionate about student government and the arts. In 8th grade, I served as a student body vice president, where I helped organize dances, fundraisers, as well as got our school's very first talent show. Since starting high school, I've joined several clubs, some of them being Youth Club for a short period of time, Link Crew for 2 years, GSA and ATORT. I served as GSA secretary for my sophomore year as well as this year, and this year I served as your guys' ATORT historian. These are two very different officer positions, and I have fulfilled my duties in both of them very well, and I've successfully handled both year long. I knew I wanted to run for ATORT president when I saw how inspiring and supportive our past president, Sarah Lacker, was. I want to be that kind of leader for you guys, someone who uplifts, motivates, as well as gets things done. So at this point in my speech, you might be wondering, like, why should I vote you or what? I believe I'd make an amazing ATORT president because I have a strong attendance record, not just for school in general, but especially for ATORT events. In fact, most of my absences are because of ATORT. Well, except for September 9th, 2024, in one Mr. Leopold Hartsock's class, statistics, when I had to leave school early because I got a mysterious illness. Note to self, never eat the school enchiladas. That brick, do not trust that brick. I'm also enthusiastic, committed, and I'm not afraid to take initiative, whether it's contacting our directors or getting the ball rolling on new projects. I'm ready to lead by example. I believe confidence and consistency set the tone for a successful club, and I'm here to do just that. I also would be able to work well with any of the candidates because I love you all very much. In terms of things that I'd like to do this year as president, I'd like to focus on community service, fundraising, as well as member bonding, and a few ideas that I've compiled are on this ATORT Vision Board 2025 through 2026. It's a little out of order, but I think that keeps you guys on your toes. First, a silent movie night festival. Club members make short films to be shown at a dinner event, or not dinner event, depends on our budget, and guests vote with donations, and the winning group is crowned. My next idea for a fundraiser is an improv-a-thon, a non-stop improv night where people donate to keep the fun going, or they can challenge performers. My other idea is a community open mic night, an evening for karaoke, monologues, poems, or comedy, open to all, students as well as the community. Number 6. A Broadway-themed bake sale. All goods have to be Broadway-themed. You know, Wicked cookies, Cats cupcakes, you name it, we'll have it. Another idea I have is a park cleanup contest. So we send different groups of ATORT members into different parks in the area, and within an hour, 2 hours, they come back at the school and we meet up and see who has the most trash in their bag and they win a prize. Okay. Yes, okay, I think keeping communication open in ATORT is really important. Everybody deserves to be heard. That's why I'd like to introduce the idea of a ATORT suggestion box. We can put it backstage or in the green room. It's open for anonymous ideas, concerns, or feedback. I also would like to make sure that everybody is up to date on the ATORT happenings this year, so that means updating our members consistently and concisely. Leadership means listening and communicating, and I want to create more space for that. In terms of morale and recruitment, our club morale is great, but I'd love to see more participation from the broader student body. Hosting a second semester mixer would be fantastic. And in order to boost meeting attendance from our current members, I propose a raffle system. For every 1 meeting you attend, you earn 1 raffle ticket for the quarterly raffle, and for every 4 meetings you attend, that's just 1 month of meetings, just 2 hours maybe, you win the yearly raffle ticket, the special one, and you win a big prize at the end of the year. Think Troops Treasure, Spotlight Raffle. We'll find the perfect name for it. We'll work together on that. In closing, I have many more ideas, but we do have a time limit because there's other people here. It's not just me. But I hope this gives you guys a good sense of what I'd like to bring to ATORT: energy, leadership, and creativity. I would be honored to help lead us into another year. I think Elwood said it best when she said, "The future is so bright, it's blinding." Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you'll consider voting me, Lyra Earls, for your guys' next ATORT president.
All right, you guys. So I am Abby Gausch, who is running for your social media and historian positions. If we can go to that next slide. About me, little known. I have done 6 productions total, not only with ATORT, but with many other places. 3 of them I have been on stage, and 3 of them I was part of crews. So I am very skilled in both regions, I would like to say. I am an avid picture taker. I have my camera out constantly.
Granite F.
I once took over 100 pictures in 1 week. I don't know if that's a problem or if it's a good thing, but it happened. And my involvement, I have made ATORT a huge part in my life. I've taken both Theater 1 and concert choir, and I plan to keep furthering those in everything I do. You can get that next slide. So, we've had some recent outings, obviously. So I like to take pictures, and I like to make little pots of them, like an Activate Uno game, a bit of a twist, or a milky seance.
Yeah.
Is that happening?
I don't know what you're talking about.
And a group movie day. We had so much fun doing those, and I really like taking pictures to commemorate those. Alright, next one. Why me for your historian, you may ask? I am known for constantly taking pictures, as said.
Give me 1 second. So, y'all, first off, I want to start off this by saying that everyone in this room I have a deep respect for, and you are such amazing people. And this is not to kiss your butt, but still, just gotta get that out of the way. So, you might be asking yourself, Jareth, you've been in theater for 3 years, and not once have you run up for an officer. Why? In full honesty, I truly have just been a little bit it's a bit daunting, the responsibility, because I've seen my friends and seen how this job is a big part of their life, and it takes a lot of responsibility and dignity to be able to manage everything that is tossed at you. Heart you, Bob. Do I have any experience? I was in my student council for middle school most of my years, and I also was part of the cheer team here at Mingus Union High School, showing that I know how to manage and deliver orders when set up. I also was part of yearbook, where our main focus was to be very creative on coming up with every single page in your yearbook last year. And it rocked last year, might I say, so. Okay, now, do I plan to bring any change to ATORT? Of course I do. I would love to bring more inclusivity to ATORT, as well. I want for anyone from any background to be welcome and feel like they can be themselves here. What are some of my qualifications? I have social media and I stay very up to date with the news and recent trends, so you know the TikTok page is gonna eat down.
Is it not already? I'm just kidding. I love you! Love you! Love you!
It eats every single day. I love it. In my friend group, I am the designated photographer because I know the greatest angles, and as a good photographer knows, there's always the time and a place for the perfect photo. With that being said, okay. Lastly, since I already mentioned, I was in yearbook, and we had to come up with creative ideas for every single page, and we also had to visit a lot of after-school events or any type of community service, stuff like that, to help take photos for the club. And why do I see myself as part of ATORT's social media? Well, I like to consider myself a person that's relatively creative. And I have a deep respect for ATORT, and I just have a feeling that I would do an amazing job because I know my work ethic, my bad. I know that I can put a lot of effort and love into this troop, as I've shown throughout my 3 years here. I have a dedication for this club, and I would really love to be a part of an officer to give back all that love and joy that every single officer in ATORT has given me these past 3 years. I also like to mention that I have great friends and that they support me in everything I do. And most of my friends are here in ATORT. I can see all of you mostly right now. It's a position that I see myself in, but not only limited to. It's not my only skill. I do more than just take pictures. In conclusion, I think I'd be a great addition to ATORT. I know that I can bring joy to so many people, and I know that it's so much effort and so much responsibility, and it's not something to be taken lightly, but I believe that I can give it my all personally to you, and I would like to show that love that you all have given me throughout these 3 years. Thank you.
Of home, and I would love to be a part of that, especially my senior year, because then I won't get a chance. Sorry to put that card on you, but like, it's just a great place to be, and I want to help give that sense of home and family, and I would love to help other people love ATORT. Next slide, please. I've experienced and love what I do. I was social media for GSA or Rainbow League, and I loved making posts. I would go home after school and go, yay, I get to make a post, and I would spend probably at least an hour on each post because I like making them look nice. And doing that gave me the experience I need to be able to be a wonderful ATORT social media officer. And yeah, next slide. I don't miss school. I take care of myself. I do get sick sometimes, but that's just how the world works. I get good grades. I do all my work. I don't miss out a lot. And this year I've only had about 8 absences, which I think is pretty good. That was that many, if you couldn't tell. I'm ready and willing to take on officer duties. Having been social media, I know what the job entails and how to do that job. And I know officers who have talked about what their jobs are and how like doing social media works and how they want social media to work. And so I'm ready to take on that position. Next, please. My plans as an officer. Being honest, I am not really that well versed in trends. I know that's a big thing for Sarah, who is currently the social media officer, but I always end up learning about them like a week late somehow, and it's really sad. But with you guys who do know all the trends, you can tell me what to do, and then I'll look cool and woke, and ATOR will be woke.
No, woke agenda.
Please help me. Next slide, please. I can play volleyball. I know it's not that important, but like it's important apparently to Lyra. But I do know how to play. That also shows how great I am at teamwork, which is very important to be an officer. And I did win the Verde Valley League Championships in 8th grade. The end.
Hi, Caleb.
What is the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the words vice president? Is it perhaps George Washington stuck in a carpentry vice? Maybe is it Abraham Lincoln with a mullet and sunglasses as a cop in Florida in the 80s? Like, you know the show Miami Vice? Well, my hope is that by the end of this speech, the only thing that comes to mind when you hear vice president is Caleb Thompson. When I think of a vice president, I think of someone who listens to the people, someone who's dedicated to the cause, and someone who's not afraid to stand up and take over for the big P. It's slang for president. In the case of an emergency. And as your vice president, that is exactly what I promise to do, and much more. We're all members of ATORT. We all feel the ups and downs of the club, and we all feel the consequences of the decisions decided on by the officer team. And I believe that we should all have a say in the final decision. As your vice president, I promise to listen to every suggestion and complaint and make sure that it's brought up to the officers. As some of you may know, early at the start of the year, I was faced with a challenging dilemma. Do I stay with my chosen family in theater, or do I continue on to a new horizon, one of chlorinated water and swim caps the heavy waves? And it was that very sense of family, that sense of security and safety I felt in this club that was the deciding factor in that dilemma. It is my dream that the incoming freshmen and every returning member of ATORT next year can see this sense of safety, personified by the officer team, and can say with certainty that they have found their home the way I have. And I believe for that to happen, each member of the officer team, especially the vice president, needs to be committed to the cause of keeping the greatness of this club going. And that is exactly what I am promising each and every one of you. As vice president, ATORT is my commitment, my cause, and the only thing I have going for me right now. Last but not least, it is important for the vice president to be able to take lead in the absence of the president. I mean, it's in the name, you know, come on. I mean, as your vice president, I promise you that if there is ever an unfortunate time where the president is unable to fulfill their duties, you can rest easy knowing that I will be able to continue things smoothly. You won't even know that the president is gone. That was really stupid. In conclusion, I don't have a fancy slideshow or a lot of big buzzwords in the hopes of winning you over. All I have is the promises I've made and the word that I've given you. I believe that each and every one of you deserves a vice president you can trust. And to that I say, look no further than me. Thank you.
I will be running for vice president. Why you should consider me for vice president. I am deeply determined, loyal, and passionate about the troop. No matter the challenges we face, I consistently show up with dedication and a strong work ethic, always ready to give my best. My loyalty to the troops means I support my fellow members, value our shared goals, and stay committed to every performance and rehearsal. My passion fuels everything I do, whether it's pushing through tough rehearsals, encouraging others, or celebrating our achievements together. Being a part of this troop means everything to me, and I'm fully invested in success and growth. What makes me qualified? I was vice president for GSA. I was a co-coach for Mountain View Preparatory's robotics team, where I taught them how to code and learn to use their creative thinking and reasoning to solve difficult issues. I was also a lead crew member this year, and I'm returning again next year, which I believe could be helpful for incoming freshmen who want to join this troop. And I believe I can welcome them with warm open arms. I was also officer-elect, so I have experience with being an ATOR officer, and I know what to expect for next year, so we can better prepare and plan for next year. I also did stage management for our last show, and I've been props head for multiple shows to show that I've been a leader, and I've had experience in leadership roles before. In all seriousness, though, I really want to be part of this troop, and it's fun because I want to give back. I remember being like a freshman and being welcomed with warm open arms, and I want to give back to I want to give that same feeling again to next year's freshmen and anyone who's even in here now.
Hi, my name is Kate Kaufman. I'm currently a junior, and I'm hoping to secure your vote for ATORT Secretary/Treasurer. And here with me is my best friend, who's very, very handsome, Frederick. Fred's gonna ask me some questions, and I'm going to answer them. Okay? I have no idea what he's gonna say. This is all gonna come straight from my head. Well, why do you want a leadership position for ATOR anyway? And why Secretary Treasurer? Great question, Fred. I would love to give back to this community that has brought so much to my life, and I feel like I would benefit this troop. I'm devoted to this group, and I hope that you can see that I'm up for the job. Secretary and Treasurer in specific is because I am really great with money, and I can fall on a budget. I heard like 80 people say that today, so I don't sound original. I feel like I could write down important things to keep track of what we say during meetings. Are you even qualified for this position? Well, I sure am. In the past, I've served as a volleyball captain for 2 seasons, and after moving here, I became the MUHS band leader. And those roles reflect my natural talent and leadership, whether it's on the court, on stage, or in a band. And I strive to bring people together, boost morale, and I like to set an example for underclassmen. I'd be truly grateful for the chance to show you that I can contribute to this troop. What do you think you can provide for the troop next year? I consider myself creative, hardworking, punctual, and I work great with others. That alone would be a great contribution to the troop. To add on to that, I think I could do wonderful things for ATOR, such as fundraisers, community service, and pitching in on meetings. Overall, I also think I could be a good hype person for ATOR, and like, I'm pretty good at hyping people up, I think. And I also had my script if you guys want to ask questions, but that's next Thursday. So, but to be completely honest, I really like to love you all, I guess. But I would also love the opportunity to be an officer and be there for others, like many of the other officers that were there for me. And I would
Name
really
names. I'm just kidding.
appreciate if I could teach you better. Thank you guys.
Canning, a junior, and I am running for Secretary Treasurer of Mingus ATORT. I believe I'll be a great fit for this position because I already have experience in this position and similar ones in other clubs. And I'm also incredibly dedicated to ATORT and have shown myself as someone dependable and capable. I'm currently an officer in 2 separate clubs, GSA Rainbow League as treasurer and VIAC teacher training as vice president. As treasurer of GSA, I have shown my ability to keep in mind the needs of the club along with my ability to work with others. As Vice President of VIAC Teacher Training, I have shown my ability to be an effective leader by leading officer meetings whenever necessary, and frequently coming up with community service events and fundraising opportunities. I can bring these experiences to help Mingus ATORT grow and prosper. I have shown I can encourage this prosperity through my dedication to ATORT. My dedication to this program has been shown by me being a part of every single show during the school year and excelling in every part I've gotten, either as cast or as crew. The biggest show of this dedication from me was during Mamma Mia, and I was given an understudy of a lead role and had to memorize it with about a month less of time than everybody else. But I still managed to learn all of my lines, my blocking, and vocal parts, and I performed all three at a high caliber. And at the same time as learning and performing this, I was also competing in a state competition. But where I managed to place third in state and qualified for nationals. Even so, while doing that, I still had all my parts memorized and performed them the day I got back from competition. All of these traits I've discussed so far are important to one of the major factors of why I want to be an officer. My major desire is to make sure that what is done benefits everyone in ATORT. I want everyone who is a member of ATORT to be seen. I want to keep up the role of ATORT as a safe space where everyone can feel represented in everything that we do. Throughout my time at Mingus ATORT and high school in general, I have shown a myriad of skills that show me as a person capable for this position. I'm experienced, cooperative, dedicated, dependable, and capable, with the goal of making sure every member of ATORT is valued and considered. For these reasons, you should vote me for Secretary-Treasurer of Mingus ATORT.
So elections. I am running for Secretary-Treasurer. Okay guys, I'm freaking amazing at math. First of all, let me tell you, addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, freaking Pythagorean theorem, I got it. Okay guys, I love lists, like that one. Number one, I'm great, or I'm at, yeah. Number one, choose me. Number two, I'm great. I also love organizing, and I take great notes. Like, come on, those are gorgeous. I have been in leadership positions before. I was a CSO, which stands for Chief Science Officer. I know, it's really cool. I was also equipment manager for the music department at the school. Both of those roles require me to be extremely organized. I had to arrange events, and I have to be on top of everything, including scheduling and any materials we have, including money. Let me tell you, I'm used to being broke, guys. I can ball on a budget, let me tell you. Okay, next one. I have spoken to our current Secretary-Treasurer, Zoe, love her, to make sure I have as good of an understanding of the role that I can, and I plan to put everything she's told me into effect. Oh yeah, I am very dedicated to this troop, let me tell you. I intend to stay here for the rest of my high school career. I love this troop. This troop is my home. I have nothing else going on except for this troop, by the way, just letting you know, so I can show up to everything. And I'm excited to see the troop grow. Yeah, thank you for your time.
That's right, folks. Secretary-Treasurer candidate Evelyn Baus is promising to bring change to our officer team for the 2025 through 2026 school year. She'll be bringing a goal-focused personality, strong organizational skills, and established financial skills to the table, as well as a growth mindset capable of taking criticism. We have reporters on site with witness testimony. Over to you, Reporter 1. Thank you, Anchor. We'll keep you updated as the story develops. Now, Mr. Hartzog, you've had Miss Baus in your pre-calc class this year and can attest to her candidacy for the Secretary-Treasurer position? Yes, Baus is a high-achieving and highly motivated student with a great logical thought process and a strong number sense. Evelyn would be an ideal choice for Secretary-Treasurer because she has a great attention to detail, she's timely and respectful, and she's generally easy to work with. Thank you so much. Back to you, Anchor. Thank you, Reporter 1. We have received news of Evelyn's plans for ATORT and will be sharing them after another brief witness statement. Over to you, Reporter number 2. Thank you, Anchor. I'm on site with Evelyn's Business 1 teacher, Chad Elmer. Now, Mr. Elmer, you've also had Miss Baus this year and can speak to her credibility as a candidate? Yes, I have. And I just have to say that I recommend Evelyn Bass to be the 2025-2026 ATORT Secretary. Evelyn is one of the most advanced Business 1 students I've had in my tenure at MUHS. In fact, I'm a little jealous I can't stand her to be the FBLA Secretary for next year. Thank you, Mr. Elmer. Back to you, Anchor. Thank you, Reporter 2. I'm getting word that Evelyn plans to put her business skills to use in order to help boost engagement in ATORT. She plans to market to non-ATORT members through things like attendance rewards for meetings and posters around the school. Evelyn also plans to put her time in NHS to use in order to help boost club community service. She also plans to use her connections with other clubs on campus to create more partnership opportunities for ATORT members, like the face painting booth held in the spring. She would like to give you an opportunity to ask any questions that you may have now.
This was when I thought we would be answering questions now, but...
Did everybody have a question or two for her?
No.
Is Mr.
Is the mustache real?
Due to her plans for the future and the many skills she brings to the table, backed by expert testimony, we at Theater News 9 suggest voting Evelyn Baus for ATORT Secretary-Treasurer for the 2025-2026 school year in order to prevent potential disasters other candidates may bring.
Oh.
This message is endorsed by Evelyn Baus for Secretary-Treasurer.
Hello, thespians and future thespians. My name is Anakin Novak. This is my third year as a member of Troop 3406, and I am running for Secretary-Treasurer. I want the opportunity to make this troop wicked.
Oh, good one.
In my opinion, ATORT at its core is based on joy and fun. Performing makes everyone involved feel proud of what they've worked many a late night on, and the amount of people that wait in that lobby afterwards to tell us how much they loved it and how proud of us they are isn't something to dismiss. I want to be a part of that team that makes it happen. I am more than willing to spend random Sundays spray painting bottles or taking trips to Plaza Bonita to count thespian points and showing up hours early to shows to make crew gifts. No matter who wins for the other officer positions, I can work with them to reach our goal and communicate for the people who believe they can't have a say in our club that they love. I've been blessed to share the stage, classroom, tech room, or auditorium with everyone in this room, and I want everyone to feel the same. I am active in the community outside of ATORT too. I have 6 years of officer experience in Verde Valley 4-H, being a journalist for 3, vice president for 2, and this year being the president. In that time, I have worked with people from wildly different backgrounds than myself to advocate for growth and learning, because everyone can learn something, including myself, and ATORT is the perfect experience for that. I have advertised for shows at 4-H meetings and in another club I do, Link Crew, which has turned out more people being interested in considering theater as a pastime. Specific to being Secretary-Treasurer, I am very good at spending money, as well as saving it. As a part of 4-H, we have to spend a certain amount of money each year on either our club or the community. I know that ATORT has pretty large budgets, and I know how easy it is that we spend that budget and go into the negatives. As the treasurer, I will make sure we know how much we are truly spending and finding ways to not always blow the budget on things. I have kept logs and have a pretty good memory when it comes to discussions, especially about important subjects. I have subbed in for secretaries in the past and kept detailed notes of what happens at meetings, who announces information, and changes that are made. I can write fast, and after meetings, can go through and make sure anyone can go back and know what we talked about at a meeting. I will make sure that the meetings are run efficiently, getting the information out and making sure people's voices can be heard about club matters, including making motions to accept ideas and voting on activities we can do as a club. You may be asking, Anakin, what makes you stand out against your other candidates? And to that, I would say, great question, ATORT meeting attendee. Something that makes me different is the level of seriousness I would take to this role. I would use every second of officer meetings and club meetings to make sure that everyone is on the same page and comes to agreements about whatever we may be discussing. I will make sure information does not get announced too early, because I know how disappointing it can be to hear about things that never end up happening. I will make sure issues are resolved in a civil way that makes everyone comfortable in their safe space, because I know ATORT is so many people's safe space, me included, and the officer team is so important in keeping that true. Thank you for your consideration.
Hello, I'm Ashna, and I'm running for social media. I have always been interested in social media, and I've always liked posting pictures of important people in my life and I. I've been a part of or done, and a lot more. I want to support our troop by bringing that same interest to our social media platform. When we think about social media and its pros and cons, the cons outweigh the pros. Social media does and has caused us kids a lot of pain and has created a place that makes us feel insecure, judged, less than, anxious, and sad. As someone who has and is experiencing those things on social media, I want to make it so our platform can not only support our troop and its activities, but also support those who have a passion for theater and might be struggling with feeling like they aren't good enough to go out and audition or even be involved in their own school's theater department.
I got a few more.
I want to make it possible for young people to see our posts and have a positive and safe place to go on social media. For example, I would start by doing weekly stories that would include famous or inspirational quotes and segments from various plays and musicals. When our shows are in Tech Week, I'll make posts about self-care and things you can do for yourself during that time. All while doing those things, I will still post about our shows, events, trips, and fundraisers, and bring a new and exciting element to them. I love to create, and being able to get creative with ATORT's social media platform would be an amazing opportunity. Thank you.
Oh, that's me too. I'm Christmas Sanchez. I'm a current sophomore, and I've been involved in 6 ATORT shows from 2023. I was on hair and makeup for Outsiders. I did hair and makeup for most of them, except for Hummingbirds. Can we go to the next one? I want to be the social media head because I want to be more involved with ATORT. I think it's really fun. The social media side is very important, like for promoting shows and stuff like that, different events. That's me. Next one. I may not have lots of experience because like my first time running for something like this, and I've never like ran a social media account except for my personal accounts. But I have access to Canva and a dream. And I have charisma. Do you get it? Thank you. That's me. Oh, I thought my screen time was a lot higher than it is, so I was gonna put it in there, but it's only 3 hours. But I have a little sister who has over 14 hours of screen time, so she can totally tell me what the current trends are, and so I can know. I may not know, but my sister does.
Yay!
Next slide, please.
Next slide, Lyra. Next slide, Lyra.
Click the arrow button on the keyboard.
Next slide.
Oh, I like me, guys. I'm cool, I swear. And that's my little brother.
Yay!
Thank you.
Hi! Hi, my name is Addie Everett, and I'm running for the 2025-2026 historian. Next slide. Who am I? That's me. I'm Addie. I have 8 shows with ATORT. I'm an upcoming junior, and I'm super, super cool. Yeah. And I'm still really, really cool. Okay, go to the next slide. Why am I running? I love theater, and I want to have the chance to give back to the community that's given me. And part of that would be being on the officer team. I have a lot of creative ideas, and I think that I could totally help out. Next slide. Why historian? I'm very aesthetically inclined, and I like to make little projects and art and things that keep like cute little memories. I have little ideas like a collage corkboard next to the call board and memory boxes for each show, and also the physical scrapbook. Next slide. These are examples of pictures that I took, and that's Kate.
Wow. Hi, everyone.
Wow.
Next slide.
We know this baddie.
And these are examples of things that I want to do. That's the corkboard. And that is a memory box, like things that would be cute and like hold emotional value to the show.
Ooh,
next slide. What can I offer? Dedication. I'm dedicated to this troop, and I've been in it for the 2 years that I've been in high school. Motivation. I'm very energetic, and I can uplift people with my energy. Hard work. I have all A's and B's right now. I actually have 2 B's, but I'm very hardworking, and I strive for perfection. Sociability. I'm very social, and I like talking to other people, which can be useful for like car washes and like talking to other groups and stuff. I don't know. Consistency. I come to everything, and I think that's good, and that's good quality. Next slide. In summary, I believe that I'm the right candidate for the 2025-2026 historian because I showcase dedication to the truth, being a hard worker, having a menagerie of creative ideas, uplifting others, and a drive for the position. I strongly hope you consider me to be an option. Next slide. Thank you for listening. Yay!
Hello,
I'm pretty sure most of you know my name, but I'm Sophia. I'm running for historian. And my qualifications for running for historian is number 1, pictures. I like taking pictures. I take a lot of pictures, and I've been told I take pretty good pictures. I don't have any examples, but if you want examples, just come and talk to me. I have a camera. Yeah, I have a camera. I can get to events and scrapbook. I do intend on doing a scrapbook. A beautiful, beautiful, lovely, 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 beautifulness. And yeah, I am running because I like ATORT. I like theater. And I would love to help with making everything feel so warm, comfortable, and nice for everybody who is coming to join the theater and just coming to join theater. And I hope it's not fancy what I'm saying, but I hope that you take into consideration me as a historian, because I like pictures and I hope to make things really pretty.
I'm a junior, well, I'll be senior next year. I am currently running for historian. Okay, next slide. I should be a historian. Go again. Okay. I'm very well organized. I have to be organized because I love to take photos. I was trying to put like examples for my photos on there. It wouldn't let me, but if you guys want to look at my photos, you guys can. I will go to every meetings and events. I will not be late to many meetings or events because I don't like being late to things. I am very crafty. I like to make crafts. Also, I like to make crafts with my mom too, so yeah. I will have ideas, and I have a plan for the position. I will definitely have that. I will not let anyone down and keep up on my things I do so they can be done and be ready for everyone to see or do so they can see it and amaze it, yeah. I will work with the other officers, and I will not complain about their opinions. I will help out with different things to make it look really good. Okay, next slide. Here are my ideas. Well, I will have more, but this is just kind of for the scrapbook. I will make a scrapbook that has so many photos in it from the entire year, because, yeah. And then I'm going to make it very colorful and very impressive. I'm going to have like little, I don't know, like whatever I want in there. And then I'll put more things than just photos in it, like I'll find something else. And then I'll make it enjoying to everyone so they like it. Next slide. My plan for this position. I will thoroughly familiarize myself with this club's mission, objectives, and values to ensure my actions align with his overall goals. Have the scrapbook up to date and keep it very well organized. I will do that because I like keeping up things to date. I will have fun things to add in my scrapbook to make it very amazing for everyone. And then scrapbook would have a clear vision of all the things we will do that year. Next slide. Organization. I will make sure my tasks will be turned in by the deadline, yeah. Because I will use a calendar to keep track of my deadlines, because, yeah. I will have a scrapbook very well organized. I will keep track of the meetings, days, and events, and then I'll also get a journal to keep ideas in there so I can be very well organized. Next slide. Here are my goals. So I would tell people about theater and tell them why theater is so fun and opportunity for their high school years. And then tell people all about how the experience, how it is very interesting and fun. And then we'll make the scrapbook more fun and very cool for everyone to see. Next slide. So yeah, that's why you should vote to me. Woo!